Uh, Good evening, dear colleagues. Uh, could you please introduce yourselves?
I'm Mohamed Ajlouni. I'm the Executive Secretary of the Association of Agricultural Research Institutions in Near East and North Africa.
I am Mohamed Aziz Darghouth. I am president of the Association for Agricultural Research Institution in the Near East and North Africa.
I'm Alisher Tashmatov, Executive Secretary of Central Asia and South Caucasus Association of Agricultural Research Institutions.
Thank you. So all of you were engaged in the Foresight workshop on the theme 5, which was ensuring the better rural futures, and all of you were working on setting the objectives, the resources, using resources, what kind of milestones will be. So can you just in brief tell me how did you get along? Because it was a group work, you were all engaged and represent different regions. How was it to have a common objectives and etc.?
I think that we started with a very simple idea. A very simple idea in the way that we totally agreed very quickly on the fact that we need to work in a way that will enable rural communities and rural populations. It is beyond communities, it is for rural populations, I will say, there to reappropriate their futures. And this could only be done and achieved using foresight, analysis, and building on that strategic plans for the rural populations and communities.
So what do you have in common?
I think what was in common that we want to achieve, all of us, we want to achieve one objective, which is to empower local communities and rural communities in order to shape their future. So all of us are thinking of the same thing. That's why make it easy with a little bit discussion that we can develop the same thing, develop the same mechanisms in order to achieve this objective that has been mentioned.
Thank you, Dr. Ajlani. Are you planning to have some common work together with all of your organizations concerning the foresight?
It was discussed very interesting opportunities, how we will step by step to implement this process. And also we discuss opportunities for organizing such kind of actions, which will be behind of the step by step, is the organizing the consultations with involvement all stakeholders who are participated in that process. And also we are discussed and propose some ideas how to better to organize with supporting of GFAR, supporting other institutions who are around us. Best of all, there is a problem with funds which will be available for that, resources which is needed for that, and to organizing these first step actions which we are discussed there.
I will add that from these very simple objectives on which we totally agree, and in fact we could summarize them in few words, in well-developed rural territories in order to afford a comfortable level of life and quality of life in a sustainable way. And when we say sustainable way, it is on the environmental and social dimensions for rural populations in order to transform marginalized rural area into economically attractive areas. In fact, this is the ultimate goal, how to transform these regions into economically attractive ones. And from this simple idea emerged, let us say, an original concept. And the original concept that we could summarize into just two words: transactional foresight exercises. And by transactional, we mean that each layer of factors will contribute to enrich the next layer of desirable futures, to end up finally at a global scenario shared by all the actors. And this global scenario will be used, let us say, as a marketing tool to approach funding agency and to regain interest for the rural regions. In fact, this is the goal of all these reflection, common reflection. And now we have to move forward to establish the engineering, the institutional engineering of this new, let us say, community that we call alliance, in order to achieve in a proper manner the objectives that we have identified together.
So,
So the way we are designing this and the way we are thinking to engineering, this alliance will end up with reducing these differences or ignoring these differences and build on the shared ideas and principles among us. Therefore, we are hoping that this model will be attractive and at the same time be successful and effective in the exchange among the different layers.
thank you so much for your contribution. I kindly hope that all of the regions which you represent will have will work together for a common objective, proposing and using the Foresight tool for a better future. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.